Neither shall evil come upon us. Neither shall we see sword nor famine. That's why the Most High telling you. Amos 9 and 10. Hold that. Amos 9 and 10. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people that you allow Satan, the devil, to be in your mind, to do wrong, and be disobedient to the Most High, all the sinners, all those that break the Most High's law, sin is the transgression of the Most High's law. 1 John 3 and 4. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Ain't that what they said? The evil shall not overtake or prevent us. Ain't that what they said? Jeremiah 5 and 12. They have belied the Most High and said, it is not he. Neither shall evil come upon us. Neither shall we see sword nor famine. They ain't keeping no laws that the Most High said we're supposed to keep. To be just and be next to him. To be obedient to him. To make him have pity. They ain't crying to the Most High. You can cry to the Most High all you want to, but if you wicked, you wicked. You ain't hearing your cry. That's like the Pharisee. He set up all them prayers talking about everybody, especially the publican that was there. I do this and I do this. He was praying to himself, what my second shot said. That's deep. That's real deep. And so you praying to yourself? You ain't even going to the Most High. Because the spirit is wrong. You can't pray to the Most High. You sitting here with ire and grudging and hating on somebody. How you praying to the Most High? The Most High said, Jacob have I loved. And you sit up here, sending up prayers and curses against your people. People that he loved. Might be one of them little ones that haven't came in yet. He ain't called yet, but you done cursed them. Trust me, that's Israel. I've done. Some of you might still be doing it. And here they come here, you done cursed them already. Curse them, their family, everybody. Friends, everybody. Just curse them, just to send curses up on them. Come on, man. This is what it says, verse 13. And the prophets shall become wind. You hear that? The prophets shall become wind. And the word is not in them. See? That word is not in them. Thus shall it be done unto them. They will become wind. Blown away like the wind. Because the word is not in them. Wherefore thus said the Most High Power of hosts, because ye speak this word, because I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood. You hear that? So I'm going to make my words in your mouth fire, and this people wood. What you think fire going to do to wood? And it shall devour them. You hear that? It shall devour them. He said, lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far. O house of Israel, said the Most High, it is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation, a nation whose language thou knowest not. This happened to us. Going into captivity. Neither understandeth what they say. We didn't understand what they were saying. Their quiver is as an open scepter. They are all mighty men. And they shall eat up thine harvest and thy bread, which thy sons and thy daughters should eat. So you take everything that we have from us. And they shall eat up the flocks and thine herds. They shall eat up thy vines and thy fig trees. They shall impoverish thy fenced cities, wherein thou trustest, with the sword. Nevertheless, in those days, said the Most High, I will not make a full end with you. He's always going to leave a remnant. But a whole lot of us died. Understand this, overstand this. So now, it's because, like I said, we follow the way of the heathen. He told us in Jeremiah 10 and 2, we like this. He told us, he said, learn not the way of the heathen. Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus said the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed of them. You see? And you keep on reading on, they talk about a Christmas tree during Christmas time. How they deck the Christmas tree out up and put it into the house. And one thing about it, you got to bow down to that tree. That's an idol. There's an idol place where I live at. They got nothing but idols there. I rebuke it every time I go by it. And when this period of time comes, season comes for Christmas, they move all them idols out the way and they put them Christmas trees there. But see, you think the average person look at that and say, wow, why did you do that? So the Christmas tree is an idol. The Most High say you're supposed to look. Christmas tree is an idol. Keep that in mind. You can read, I'm not going to read it. That's not what I'm dealing with now. But if you read on down from Jeremiah 10, 1-5, you'll see let's talk about a Christmas tree. Same evergreen tree that you bring in your house and you bow down to it. Because you got to bow down to put them presents under the tree. Sometimes you be on your knees, pushing them in all the way back to the stalk of the tree. Then when you pick them up, whoever present it is, they got to bow down to get them. So you bowing down before this idol, whether you want to accept it or not. Most High told us in Exodus 20:3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So that Christmas tree is a god. It's considered an idol. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. So something that's tangible, that's made, like that Christmas tree. They cut it out of the forest and bring it into your house and you decorate it, and you don't know the statistics of what it means and what it came from. It's an idol. It's a god. Represent a god within that tree. Nimrod, who we read about. Let me just tell you the story. Nimrod died before his mother / wife, Semiramis, who had that son named Tammuz I told you about. And Semiramis, his mother, said, if you don't come and bring gifts and put under this tree, the Nimrod spirit that's in the tree gonna come and he gonna kill you. Straight up. So Most High said in Exodus 20:4, thou shalt not make into any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. This is key right here. No matter what you have, because people want to look at something and say, oh, that's abominable, that's abominable. He said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. So what are you doing? Because you going to tell me you throw the present underneath the Christmas tree? No, you don't. You bowing down to that idol. And you putting that Christmas present underneath that tree as you bowing before it. And you got to have somebody else bow down to that tree. That's an idol, to get that present from under that tree. Somebody going to bow down. And Most High said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. Hear that? The 3rd and 4th generation the Most High dealing with, of what your forefathers done, that hated them, that did these things, and still doing these things, and still justify themselves in doing these things. But the Most High wrote with his finger the laws of the Most High, and you give him the finger and not keeping his laws, statutes, commandments. Tell him forget you for a lesser word. That's what you're doing to the Most High. He cried to us. Can you imagine him crying? To tell us, be obedient, come back to me. But over and over again, we did the same thing they're doing now. Remember we just read. Everybody should leave their laws and follow the religion of our slave masters, our oppressors. And that's what we have done until this day. Do your research. You don't believe me? Do your research. That's why here it is. Most High said, thou shalt not bow down to them. You bowing down to them. You accepting it. When the Most High gave us laws, statutes, commandments, Psalm 78:5. This is what he gave us. And he told us to do this. And because our parents didn't know, now you know, this is your obligation. Psalm 78:5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and established a law in Israel, not a religion. We just read the religion come from the heathen. Antiochus Epiphanes. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. You hear this? That they should make them known to their children. Deuteronomy 4:9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. See? The Most High's laws. Psalm 78:5, that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, might know these laws, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments. There it is. Supposed to teach our children the laws of the Most High, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, to our children, as we keep it on ourselves, being examples. Look, go to Jeremiah 11 chapter, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Because mainly when you read the Bible, it's mainly talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and the 10 tribes, the 9.5 tribes that, came among us when this kingdom was split. And say thou unto them, thus said the Most High power of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. Jeremiah 11:7. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early. Most I say he rose up early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Hear that? So he rise early, protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not. You would say, yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walk everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. Walk everyone in the imagination of their evil mind. That's why Ecclesiastes 3:24 says, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion and an evil suspicion. The devil that got into their mind and evil suspicions overthrown their judgment. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart, evil mind. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do. But they did not, they did them not. And the Most High said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah, and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem, mainly Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and all the 9.5 tribes that was joined with us. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers. Hear that? Turned back to the wickedness of our forefathers. which refused to hear my words. He just wanted to be obedient. And they went after other gods to serve them. He said, don't bow down to them. We went after other gods, other powers, other idols to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I made with their fathers. Therefore, thus say the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, behold, I will bring evil upon them. You know why? Because the Most High is all righteous. But we did evil. Hear what it said? Verse 8, yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart, evil mind. That's when the Most High bring evil. He created evil for those that you want to be evil, you want to do evil, okay, well, here comes some evil for you. That's why the Most High said, verse 11, therefore thus said the Most High power, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, though they cry unto me, like some of you right now, you don't fear the Most High, but when he bring that wrath on you, you start crying unto him, I will not hearken unto them. You what he said? I will not listen to them. Then shall the cities of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense. Just like it was in the time of Antiochus Epiphanes in the Greek Empire. He said, go and cry unto them, into the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. That's why it's important that we come back to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at these times. These are trying times for Jacob. Understand this, overstand this. Be aware. Be awake. Or be waking up. For according to the number of thy cities were their gods. Hear that? According to the number of the cities that we had were their gods. O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have ye set up altars to the shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. All the way back to Nimrod. Baal. Confusion. This God Baal. All the way back Tower of Babel, man. Him setting it up. Say, therefore pray not for this people. Hear that? He said, don't pray for everybody. Don't pray for this people. Neither lift up a cry or prayer for them. For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. This is serious. Can you imagine? And we in Jacob's trouble right now. A lot of things could happen within a few days. And you're going to be those that's going to cry to him and say, hey, I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear nothing they have to say. Proverbs 1:24. We can understand through these precepts. Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called, and you refuse. You better listen to Satan. You better listen to the devil. Let the devil get in your mind. He said, because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. He stretched out his hand, which is men. Prove that. He said he stretched out his hand. Psalm 17 and 14. From men, which are thy hand, O Most High, from men of the world. See? Men of the world of Israel. From men, which is the Most High's hand. So he stretched out his hand right now, talking to our people. Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. He's stretching out his hand, speaking to us. No man regardeth, he said. But ye have set at naught all my counsel. So you have set at naught nothing, all this counsel. And with none of my reproof. Some of you being reproved. You still, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But you go right back to darkness, ignorance, not knowing. And you know better, but you still want to do the things that's wrong, and he gonna get you. That's why he said, listen, I also will laugh at your calamity, your time of trouble. He said, gonna laugh at your time of trouble, your calamity. He said, I will mock when your fear cometh. Fear coming. That's why they got all kind of so-called things on social media talking about the time to come. Talking about racial wars, all kind of wars in the streets. It's prophesied in the Bible, y'all. He said, I will laugh. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So they're going to be laughing at you and making fun of you when your fear cometh, because you don't fear the Most High. That's why verse 7 says, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom, which is the proper application of knowledge, how you apply this knowledge in your life when the book is closed, and instruction. You're being instructed all the time, and you refuse. So you're a fool. That's why verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, you start losing everything. You look at it, everything is in chaos. And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, like a tornado, coming through, taking everything away from us. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Then they're going to call upon them. But I will not answer. They're going to call upon them. But I will not answer. You don't believe in all these damn religions and philosophies and the way of the world and how what make you feel good, your enjoyment. I gotta have pleasure in the world. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Do that. Shoot, you might be going somewhere on the Most High, open the ground, and the next thing that happened. In my lifetime, the ground opened up, swallowed up all these people in the cars and everything, and closed back up, like it did in the Bible. They couldn't say to people. You don't know. That's what he said. Desolation. And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me. Then you gonna call upon them whenever the Most High dealing with you. You feeling that pain and that suffering, that is looking at everything dissolved or just being destroyed. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Hear that? When it start happening, you're going to be seeking them early, so you ain't going to be able to find them. For that they hated knowledge, you ain't fear the Most High. You hated this knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They were none of my counsel. This is counsel right now. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. Say the way you are, is going to be a judgment for the way you are. And be filled with their own devices. So, it's very important that we see this. So, when you look at, go to Isaiah, the 47th chapter, because we done went into the Greek Empire in the Bible. When the so-called white man came into power, his first empire, taking down the Persian and Mede Empire. So, Isaiah 47. Now, remember, Nimrod was dealing with Babylon. You see? That was the first empire, Babylon, in Genesis, the 10th chapter. We went into the 11th chapter, showing you that they built this tower. That they didn't have the spirit of the Most High. He already said he put a rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not going to flood the earth anymore. So you can't build a tower to prevent the fire that he's going to bring on this earth. You understand this. Before we go there, let's go there. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night. You know when a thief comes. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. A great noise. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Hear that? Fervent heat. and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. That's how he coming, with fire to purify this earth. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. Everything you see, you close your eyes and open your eyes up, everything you see gonna be dissolved. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness? Supposed to be talking about holiness and righteousness in your conversation. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire, this heaven on earth, and the galactical war they're going to have in the sky and on this earth, the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You hear that? That's what's coming. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. The laws of the Most High. That's the righteousness, Deuteronomy 6 and 25. So now, just a moment.